there was another situation on Twitter. Y'all know Dandadan, right? You know, it's just like a little indie show on this little indie platform called Netflix. It's just a tiny little indie show. I don't know if you even heard of it. Yeah, I've been watching it. So there was like this. It's still going on, actually. I think there was like I don't know how active you guys are on Twitter. There's like Hold on. The temporary Brazil ban helped me detox. So y'all know her name's Momo, right? I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. Momo and Okarun, or Ken Takakura. You know what Momo and Okarun looks like, right? I'm pretty sure you've seen the pro tags. Yeah, obviously, of course you've seen them. This is what Momo and Okarun normally look like, right? Momo looking pretty as ever. Okarun looking cool as ever with his fade. He's kind of in a dork mode right now. But this is what they normally look like. But like recently, I don't entirely know how long ago, but we'll see. Recently, someone did some pretty cool fan art of Momo and Okarun. I ended up, Jesus Christ. I didn't see the views until now. November 30th, was that a week ago? November 30th, probably, yeah. Around 2 weeks ago, yeah. Not this kind of drama. You can see how it got 77 million views. Someone did art of Momo and Okarun, which is pretty cool art. Like it's very nice art. Like, what's the problem? That's the thing. There is no problem. There isn't a problem, actually. There is no problem. There is a lot of problem apparently to Twitter because people didn't like that someone drew Momo and Okarun like a black version. But I mean people, I mean like mainly the Japanese side. Let me see if I can find the quote retweet. Sorry, I am nowhere near. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. Okay, so but what got into a lot of trouble that this Japanese user, a quote retweeted, there are still many races who say that changing the race of a Japanese character is not discrimination. And as you can see from the quote, they say it's great. They say it's a great drawing because the character is not Japanese. If you point this out, you'll be called racist. Their IQ is too low to even understand what discrimination is. Which I understand where they're coming from. I understand where they're coming from, right? Like you can see their point, right? You can kind of see what they're trying to say. Because for a long time on the internet, people draw like characters, particularly anime characters, and they draw like a black version. Like Miku. Obviously, Brazilian Miku's not black. She's Brazilian, the name. But you know, people draw anime characters who are majorly, typically white, light-skinned Japanese, you know. But there are depictions of black people and people of color, but not correct depictions of black people and people of color, you know. Brazilian Miku is not one of those not correct descriptions, because Brazilian Miku is a correct description of a person of color in anime style, right? But there are a lot of characters in anime, especially in like old school anime, you know, like 90s anime, where a black person was depicted kind of not in the best light. So typically on the internet, because we want to, because I'm black, we want to see more depictions, correct and accurate depictions of black or people of color. Don't need to go so far back in time. Yeah, like even now, like it's not as prominent now, like it's not a big of a problem now, but there is every now and then, there is every now and then a recent depiction of like a not really good representation of us. And I'm using us as like a, you know, general description, not just for black, like even like you, Sabajo, Mexican, Brazilian, right? Like even when there's like or Latinos or any other race with a melanin or darker complexion, like we're not really represented all that correctly or well. And even if we are depicted kind of well, we're still kind of in like the we're still kind of in like not like a main character role. We're still like a side character. There's hardly Actually, let me correct myself. There is currently no anime where the main character is dark skinned. We're always a side character. I may be Brazilian, but I'm white as fuck. But you know what I mean. You don't have to apologize. It's okay. You don't have to apologize, Savajo. But you get what I mean, right? Like, you understand what I mean. And to an extent, I do understand what this person's trying to say. Like, it's like a rules for thee, not for me kind of situation. Like, it's okay for me to blackwash your character, but you can't then whitewash my character. Right? Because there's also always some kind of situation or drama where a character is dark skinned, but when someone draws them in even like the slightest lighter tone, people get all up in arms about they're not dark enough. You know, or they're not black enough. You didn't draw theirs. You didn't do their skin color right. And then people draw over their original art to like try to quote unquote correct their art. But most of the time, it's either the tone of the art. Like, I think there was one for like one of the characters in Pokemon where people got all fucking piss baby mad that their skin wasn't quote unquote dark enough when it was a pastel color palette. Like, their skin color was correct. It's just in a pastel color palette. I get the feeling, but at the same time, at the end of the day, fan art is fan art. Doesn't and shouldn't affect anyone. That, yeah, I was getting to that. Like, this at the end of the day is fan art. You can draw whatever fan art, whatever, however the fuck you want. Like, I see this. I think it's pretty cool art. That's all I see. I see, wow, this is pretty cool art. This is nice and amazing. I love this art. I don't see this and think, oh, that's a black Momo and a black Ogre. I see, oh, that's pretty cool art. And I think that's what a lot of people should just do. Like, say, oh, that art's pretty cool. That art's pretty. I like that color palette. I like that style. Don't look at it and see, oh, it's Momo but black. Like, that's just weird. That shouldn't be the first thing that pops in your head. Hey, what are you guys saying? It's really telling how a lot of these races also just treat Japanese characters as white. That is true. Like, like, in anime, depending on like the anime, right? Like, if it's like a typical high school slice of life set in Japan, the characters are Japanese. Unless there's like a transfer German student who is like German and white, you know? But, or like another, not Gyaru. Because Gyaru is more like a Japanese character wearing tan, right? And not even Gyaru. There's even like just Japanese characters that are just darker skinned because they're tan, right? Like, Gyaru is just like they're wearing like a tan, spray tan, right? That's what it's called. So they're wearing spray tan, but they are white. They're just, their skin's just darker because it's spray tan. Or it's an actual Japanese character like Nagatoro. I think Nagatoro's like a Japanese character. She's just tan because she tanned a lot, so her skin's darker. I don't even know if you guys know who Nagatoro is. But unless it's like actually set, you know, in Japan and it's established early on that character is Japanese, the character's Japanese, they're not white. Unless stated otherwise. Right? There are a lot of I forget her name, but the one from the Netflix zombie show, like the blonde haired girl, I'm pretty sure she's like German. So it's explicitly stated that she's German who moved to Japan because she liked Japanese culture, right? So she is a white character. She's German. So unless it's specifically stated is what I'm saying. The characters are Japanese because it's anime. Of course, most anime is going to be set in Japan. I think there's also like a manga or something where the main character is Latina. I think it's also her name is Latina. I don't know entirely. A lot can be said about American occupation, the way anime characters look nowadays. That's true. That's another rabbit hole entirely. I think because anime has become more, modernized. You know what I'm talking about? See, about the Latina manga? I was right? Like, it's a Latina main character, and her name is apparently Latina. I think I didn't entirely look into it, honestly. I'm thinking about it based on memory. You ever watch Bleach? Chad is cool and he's half Mexican. Yeah. Chad is the best Chad. I know, basically, what, the author literally asked for Latino names and gave them Latina, okay? That's kind of silly. If you want a cool Latina anime. Oh, I've seen this character. Yeah, I should watch this. This is not a bad depiction, actually. She's very pretty. Yeah, this is actually a really good depiction. Who did this anime? Because this is not a bad representation. Anyway, essentially what I'm saying is there's literally nothing wrong with this art. It's just fan art at the end of the day. I think even the voice actors for Momo and Okurun changed their profile pics to this.